One of the most pressing issues that have resulted because of the effects of climate change is water scarcity and also water access inequality. This matter is, of course, being discussed extensively right here at the 10th World Water Forum. I'm Siska Becker. Right now, I'm at Bali Nusa Dua Convention Center at Uluwatu area, where the Ministry of Environment and Forestry of Republic of Indonesia have just held bilateral meetings with delegates attending the forum. And now to talk more about the relations between climate change and water resource availability and sustainability, I'm going to talk with my very special guest, the Director General of Climate Change from the Ministry of Environment and Forestry of Indonesia, Ms. Laksmi Dewanti. Ibu Laksmi, thank you so much for talking with me. I understand you are very busy here at the forum, so we truly appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And indeed, as you mentioned, it is a very important conference as water is very important for everybody.
Now, as we understand, Ibu Laksmi, you just concluded a bilateral meeting. So is that one of your top agendas here at the forum, to meet with different delegates and different countries to talk about water resources?
Yeah, as part of the multilateral forums like the World Water Forum, we always taking an opportunity to meet our partners, to meet our bilateral colleagues, because we know that this challenge has been shared by all countries and all stakeholders. So talking with our bilaterals meeting in ensuring that our concrete action will taking place, it's very important.
So Ibu Laksmi, if you don't mind sharing, what has been the top talking points when you discuss about water resources management with these different countries?
Indeed, as my function as the DG for climate change, issue of climate change, it's always in the talking points. We know that Indonesia and many other countries are faced a challenge from the climate change impact. Water is indeed one of the issues that we are facing. Water, we know from the research that due to the climate change effect, the decline of the water resources is up to or nearly 35%. So meaning that if we cannot address this challenge, we're gonna to have a problems in the future with the water.
So indeed, mitigation is really needed right now to ensure that the water crisis doesn't go on too long and affect the livelihood of the people, including here in Indonesia. Now, could you share with us also how has the government responded to climate change effects, and what has been the action plan for activation, and also to make sure that the mitigation is done according to plan to ensure climate change effects doesn't bother the water resources availability here in Indonesia?
In terms of climate change, Indonesia has been very committed on these issues since the beginning of the discussions back in 1997. And now, under the Paris Agreement, Indonesia has submitted its nationally determined contribution as a target to reduce the greenhouse gas emission, as well to build the climate resilience. Mitigation is one pillar of the climate change agenda. Other pillars is adaptation. So we have to do both. We are reducing the greenhouse gas emission from the sources while we're building the climate resilience to the climate change impact.
All right, Ibu Laksmi, one of the objectives of this forum is, of course, to gather different stakeholders to talk about this pressing issue, this global challenge that we're facing, the water crisis. Could you also share with us now, though, what is the plan of the government of Indonesia to include private sectors and civil societies on the plan to mitigate climate change effects, especially on water resources availability and sustainability?
Indeed, water is everybody's issues. So we have to ensure that it's not only the government or the local government who's taking care or to carry out the plan and the programs as well as project on the water issue, but everybody. For example, in the nexus between climate change and water, we involve the non-party stakeholders. Non-parties, it's meaning that local government, academia, private sector, local communities, each individual stakeholder have their own roles and have an opportunity to contribute to our effort in ensuring that water will not decline, or water resources is not decline, water resources will not be polluted, water resources will be there because we need water every day.
So it is safe to say that as many people as possible is needed to spread this message. What is the strategy, though, that's being implemented right now to raise public awareness so all people everywhere realize the importance of conserving water?
Yeah, knowing that our stakeholders are very diverse, we have quite numbers of intervention or program. First, we have education program. We have campaign. We integrate environmental concern into our education's curricula. So we have to ensure that our people, our community, all stakeholders know exactly what the issues are. And the second is we have to have an intervention, for example, the capacity building, providing technology, providing financial support it, because for those that already know and aware, they have or they need to do something. So we need to ensure that they could afford the action that they are that important for us, for them. We also have another intervention like law enforcement, because for those who they know, they afford, but they simply cannot or don't want to do it. So for this kind of group, we need to ensure that they follow the regulation, they follow the rules, and we enforce the regulations.
Ibu Laksmi, we share your hopes and wishes. Thank you so much for this enlightening conversation. Thank you, Ibu. That was Ibu Laksmi Dewanti, Director General of Climate Change from the Ministry of Environment and Forestry of Indonesia. I'm Siska Becker, reporting from the 10th World Water Forum at Bali Nusa Dua.